by Will. Hey, you and I are on Nickelodeon, and as I'm a they them of my word. I think I have come to conquer for Nickelodeon. I think if you didn't know at home that I like Disney more, I think you're shocked by what I'm saying right now.
Yeah.
That's just how much he appreciates Disney, is that he had to go to bat to Nickelodeon just to prove why, like, Disney is so good.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, he had to prove, like, how hard it is to fight Disney.
So at the end of the day, I think we're all winners here. I think the people have won. The people have spoken. Thank you. I'll be here all night, probably.
I think. Yeah.
Well, we gotta ask, what do we think about the verdict? Nickelodeon has now won. I can't lie, I'm a little stoked. Disney gets slimed. Haha.
You know what? In my actual, genuine, very like professional opinion,
Slimed.
You know what?
You know. I just
Slimed
want
like Katy Perry.
Jamia, do you
So,
want
Slimed like
to
Katy Perry.
record them when they fight
Let me
outside?
tell you something, Will. You know how we vote for a president every 4 years, and you have the people's vote?
Mm-hmm.
That's
And then you have
Electoral
the
College.
electoral
Guess
college.
what?
vote.
Electoral college, beat y'all.
Oh my God, you guys won the popular vote.
Hold up.
You
So
So that's
actually,
what the people really want.
yeah.
It's giving.
Can I say
It's giving
something?
Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, 2016.
Wow.
Are you okay with being
Whoa.
Trump? Are you saying you're okay with
Hey,
being
so
Trump?
I said I
Wait,
like Disney more.
Can I mute
so
my mic
I
now?
would like to be Hillary. Thanks, guys.
Can I mute my mic?
I just want to
I
say
want to
something.
take everything I just said back.
I just want to say something. I find it very interesting how the person that we called to be our electoral college, we already knew that person was biased towards Nick, which is fine. And then we flipped the coin. Hey, let's breathe. We flipped the coin, and the coin also said Nick. And you know what? That's okay. We're caking it. And as Disney, we have been trying to be very respectful and very
Yeah.
honest
This is true.
losers. But I also would like to say
You're kicking it like the show Kicking It, and also kicking it with Kick Badusky. Sorry, just had to throw that out there.
we could fight outside.
Alliteration
I
goes
was saying, I was doing your
crazy.
shows.
No.
You're kicking it.
No. Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Jimmy,
No,
are
but
we
I'm just saying in
innocent?
general, we could fight outside.
Okay,
No,
continue your
I'm
thought.
gonna sneak them.
Yeah, I just think, as Disney, we're really showing you why we as a network are very humble and why we will support Nickelodeon in their ventures of winning,
Yes,
said
we
with
will.
air quotes.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think it's been a good episode.
Mhm.
I think we really tried. We really spoke about some very important things. And whether or not you agree with the decision that was made at the end of the day, it's important to know the decision was made. Do I support the decision? No, but it was made.
Well,
It
if
was
we don't
made.
hear from Will next week, we already know who to call.
It's okay. I have his replacement on speed dial.
Oh.
Ooh.
I know it ain't the stallion.
No, it's your girl. Okay. Anyways, y'all. Yeah, I don't know. What does
Yeah.
anybody else feel about it?
I think we're all winners.
Mhm.
I have nothing to say.
Oh my God.
Whatever.
Okay.
All I'll say is.
What are we talking about
Revan-
next week?
Oh, next week. Next week is a fun week. We are having a Wolfstock special event. We're talking the era's rise and fall of MTV, music, television on lock. It's going to be a crazy thing. Yeah, tell us a little bit about Wolfstock real fast.
A little bit about Wolfstock. Oh,
Yeah,
girl.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. This is going to be spectacular. Are you ready for the hottest concert that ever hit West Georgia to make its return? Wolfstock 2026 is back. Come experience the great music event on Thursday, April 9th from 6 to 9 p.m. And I'm saying this so you hear me. We're going to unleash the wolf within inside of the Campus Center ballroom. There will be live music, food, games, and more. Do not miss out on UWG's own finest performers at the biggest concert of the year. You might even recognize a face or two. Wolfstock 2026 is brought to you by Monster Energy, Westwoods Apartments, Dine West, Flagship Carrollton, Illuminated Productions, and Osier Apparel. Hear us when we say April 9th from 6 to 9 p.m. Hear us.
Hear us.
And if you didn't get that, it's free.
It is free.
Free.
It is free. So, with that being said, it's been a great episode. Remember, you have been listening to Wolf Radio. We're going to give you a little reminder in just a second. And just to say, as Team Nickelodeon, I knew from the get-go we were always going to get this. And that's actually what you'll be hearing in just a second.
Oh my gosh, guys,
Good night,
let's go
y'all.
forth to
Bye.
Wolfstock.
Go
Go
forth.
Forth.
You are now listening to WSN, Wolf Sports Network, live from the University of West Georgia in Carrollton, now in Odyssey Station.
In this season of Sports Out of Pocket, it's all luck, with returning segments like
Controversy,
Jalen Carter just let it get the best of him for some reason, and he decided to do it back.
Cash or Trash.
Do we think Joe Flacco can turn around the Cincinnati Bengals team?
And we're going all in for Fire Me Up.
Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay, Florida. Stop what you're doing and listen to me right now, sir. You have been the king of the NFC South for 3 years.
And we take our chances with our brand new segment, Look of the Draw.
today's categories, top 10 2010s wide receivers. Parker, you polled.
Did I just pull A.J. Green?
What?
And we strike gold with our interviews.
This is the Philly Sports Guy.
This is former MLB All-Star Justin Masterson.
Hey, yo, what up? My name is Josh Martinez from Z100 New York.
What up, guys? It's Tyrell Adams, former UWG linebacker.
And this is Sports Out of Pocket.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Sports Out of Pocket. I'm your host today, Jackson Voles, and around the table, the most amazing cast I can do this show with. As always, to the right of me, Mr. Parker Andell. Parker, how's your day going, man?
Wow, I'm tired, Jackson, and I need an afternoon nap. That's how I'm feeling.
I'm tired too, but we're going to get through the show, and we have a jam-packed show for you guys today. But to the left of me, making us all sound great behind the board, Michael Miller. Michael, how's your day going, man?
With Parker, I'm very tired. I've had a busy week so far. I had a lot of tests, a lot of projects to work on. Me and Parker got to work on a project later on this week, but I'm excited for the show tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited too. And across from me, wearing the great I Heart Jesus shirt, Waffle House shirt, JT Groves. JT, how's your day going, man?
It's going really good, Jackson. Another day of getting to relax, no classes. Been a really chill day for me, and now I get to talk about sports, so I'm excited.
You know, JT, I love that shirt. You know what else I love when it comes to shirts and fits? When it comes to fandom, nothing matters more than the fit. The logo you wear solidifies your love. Now you can be a Wolf Sports Network fanatic with our brand new merch store powered by Osier Apparel. Visit wolfsportsnetwork.com and click about. Michael, let's get into the show.
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
We're in here talking about practice.
It's time for the latest sports controversies.
Now, there's been a lot of controversy this week surrounding the sports world, and I want to start in the NBA. Former Bulls point guard Jaden Ivey was waived from the team earlier because he went on an Instagram Live, made some comments on that Instagram Live. JT, go a little bit more in depth into it.
I want to clarify this. I know this is going to be a touchy subject, and I know that a lot of people are listening to this. I want them to know that there's a very clear difference between when we are reporting news and when we are giving our opinions, and we are going to be very serious about this topic. This is strictly news that we will be reporting, and I'll make it clear whenever I'm reporting my own opinion on things. So I'm going to start with the news part of it. So Jaden Ivey, NBA player, recently cut from the Chicago Bulls, former top 5 draft pick. And like I mentioned, he just got released by the team. And according to the Bulls, it was labeled as conduct that was detrimental to the team after those controversial social media comments that he made. And those comments involved both religion and anti-LGBTQ comments on Instagram Live that criticized how the NBA viewed Pride Month and just what they stood for in that sense. He also went on to criticize other players, namely Steph Curry, and spoke openly about his personal struggles and what he believed in his faith. Now, there's a couple different point of views of this. Stephen A. on First Take went on, and the main gist of it was he said, you can have beliefs, but you can't create a toxic environment in a team setting. And so the way Stephen A. kind of went about this, he's not making it about religion, but it's about how and where you express it. So it's also he's also questioning Ivey's decision making and his maturity on the topic, and whether teams will see him as a risk, whether picking him up, because obviously the Bulls see him as a risk by making that move to cut him. But will another team get a chance to pick him up? Will he get another shot in the NBA? And so it's really just that professionalism over the personal belief. On the other hand, we get a different point of view from Travion Henderson, New England Patriots running back, who has made it very known that he's strong in his faith on his social media. And he had more of a faith-based view of it. And so he publicly defended Ivey on social media, and he posted a Matthew verse saying, "Blessed are those who are persecuted for Christ's name, for they will be blessed." And so his stance is him being persecuted for his faith and not just his behavior. He sees Ivy as standing on his religious conviction, because Ivy in multiple interviews has talked about how he is, like, the old Jaden Ivey is dead and the new Jaden Ivey is alive in Christ. And this also reflects a broader belief that athletes should be free to express their religious beliefs or their opinions in general more freely and more openly. So overall, he was more supportive of Jaden Ivey's comments, and he didn't misunderstand all that. Now, this is the part where I get to express my opinions. The news is now been set out. This is my personal opinion on it, and this isn't Wolf Sports Network. This isn't Sports Out of Pocket. This is JT Groves. I'm giving my personal opinion on this. I'm not going to say anything that will hurt anybody. This is going to be strictly just what I believe. And so with Jaden Ivey's situation, the comments he made, I don't agree with absolutely everything he said or the way that he went about it. I agree with Stephen A's on that part. There's a way to go about it. There's a time and place to do it. And I also think he was in the wrong for calling out Steph Curry. In general, he called out Steph Curry, calling him lukewarm. I think that was wrong of him. The Bible doesn't talk about that, calling out your brothers or judging your brothers. I also don't agree with the comments that he made. And as a Christian myself, I mean, you can tell by the shirt, I understand that the NBA and other organizations promote Pride Month. And in the Bible, it does talk about homosexuality being counted as unrighteous. But the Bible also tells us to love one another. And no matter what others believe, in the end, I think he should have went at it a different way. I think that he should have went at it with love. It did feel like he was calling out that community a little bit. And I think that there was definitely a different way he should have went about it. We're called to love each other. We're not called to call each other out for that kind of thing. Now, this also raises the question of, yes, he may or may not get another chance, but him getting waived, and we've seen this with other athletes, not necessarily to this kind of circumstance, but like different things with like abuse and other like, drug use, other things like that, resulting in game suspensions. Do we think that these athletes, like we've seen it with Tiger Woods as well, Tiger Woods decided to hang it up because he's finally like, he just got another DUI charge. And so it's like, we got to be careful with what these athletes are doing nowadays. Should these athletes be held to a higher standard?
I think they should, because you're in the public light, right? So you have all that attention on you. You're a role model to to kids, if you're an athlete, especially to other people. So I think you should be held that way. And first of all, JT, too, I want to say I think you said that perfectly. I'm right there with you as a believer myself. And one thing I wanted to highlight on, too, the biggest thing that frustrated me with what Jaden Ivey came out and said was the second video he made, where he went out and went after Steph Curry and talking about how Steph Curry's not a real Christian because he has a cussing problem, those other things. Well, that's the exact opposite of what Jesus calls us to do. You look at Matthew chapter 7, verse 3. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, let me take the speck of your eye, when all the time there is a plank in your own eye? So in that situation, what Jesus is basically saying there is we all have our sin problems. We all have our own problems. Don't be focusing on other people. Focus on yourself. Get yourself righteous before you start calling out other people. So I feel like for Jaden Ivey, the first video he made, I feel like, to be honest, he probably could have gotten another team to sign him after that situation. And like you said, like Stephen A. said as well, the Bulls have their opinions. The Bulls have their foundation, their beliefs, and they're entitled to that. And they can choose to part ways with him if they want to. That's completely fine. And I think another team probably would have came along and given him their opportunity. But after you make a second video like that, calling out other people, going off in the NBA as well, I think it's going to be really tough for him to land another spot after he goes off and does what he did in that second video.
Yeah, and I mean, I see both sides to it. I see, yes, you feel like you need to have your own personal beliefs and voice your own opinion, and I mean, we have that right. But on the other side of it, you are under contract. Sports is a business, and I mean, if the Bulls felt like that was something that was going to hurt their team in some way, they have every right to release him. I mean, the Bulls have their rights just as much as Jaden Ivey has his rights to voice his opinion, and that's just how I feel about it.
There is rights for freedom of speech, but there is also not freedom of consequences when it comes to things like that. But you talk about athletes being held to a higher standard. We look at the NBA as a whole. Miles Bridges had his domestic issues. Karl Malone's situation back in the 80s and 90s with that whole thing. I feel like there's been far worse that people have been kept around for. Jaden Ivey, does he get another chance? We'll see what happens with Jaden Ivey. But, I mean, it's it's a really rough situation to talk about.
Yeah.
Parker.
Like you guys said, you hit all the points. I mean, what it comes down to is it's a business. And I don't think it's the problem of what Jaden Ivey said. I think it's about how he went about it.
Yep.
And you see guys sharing their faith all the time on social media, but there's a right way to go about it. Simply tweet, simply go about it. Don't rant on a video also to where you start calling other people out and just get all this drama around you. No team wants that. We've talked about a lot of athletes around the league, such as Stephon Diggs and names like that just bring drama with you. And that's not what teams want in the NBA, trying to build a culture. So I think he kind of played himself in this one.
Now, speaking about having an athlete having drama around him again, Tiger Woods was arrested, a DUI-related arrest last Friday in Florida, being involved in a singular vehicle car accident. There was an open pill bottle. And, when's it to the point of Tiger Woods? What are your thoughts on the Tiger Woods situation?
I mean, I just saw news on ESPN a little bit ago about Tiger Woods might be leaving the U.S. to go get treatment for whatever the situation is he's dealing with. Now, me personally, I obviously don't know Tiger Woods. I don't know what he's dealing with. I don't know all this stuff. And I don't necessarily know the causes of what is causing him to go and to now have another DUI charge against him. I love everybody, so I want him to go find help in some way. I really want people to learn from their past mistakes, and I mean with DUI, that's definitely something that, I mean, there might be some people that are like, oh yeah, drinking and driving or doing drugs and driving, whatever it may be, being under the influence, that's okay, but it's not something that's okay, and so I want to see people heal from that. I want to see people go out there and get the help that they need.
It's really unfortunate, too, just because you felt like he did kind of heal from it, right? He had a lot of problems when he was younger, and he stepped away from the PGA Tour for quite a while. And for me, I'm a big golf guy. I've watched golf my entire life with my dad. And one thing that, I always felt like I missed out on is, he would always tell me stories about watching Tiger play in the Masters and, the PGA Open and all those different tournaments. And I didn't really get to see that up until 2019 when he came back and won the Masters. That was a cool thing. And you really felt like he was kind of turning his life around. And now he's still struggling with the same things, right? He's still, falling into this problem. And hopefully, like JT said, he can get the help he needs. And if he needs to step away from golf entirely to do that, he needs to do that.
Yeah.
Not much to say for Tiger Woods. Like my old friend JT Grove said one time, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Yeah. It's like you've already got smacked on the hand one time, and let me try it again and see what happens. And it's the same result. So I hope he gets the help that he's seeking out to get, and hopefully he can turn it around.
This has been a jam-packed show full of controversy to this point, a lot of hard-hitting situations, but we're a lighthearted show. Sports Out of Pocket. It's April. It's springtime. Supposed to have lively vibes. And with that, let's get to one of our fun segments, Cash or Trash.
Josh Allen, without a number one receiver, will never win a Super Bowl.
Cash or
the Cincinnati Bengals are better off without Joe Burrow.
Trash.
Now, if you guys don't know how Cash or Trash works, we give a take, and everybody goes around either cashing it or trashing it, and we're going to start off with Michael Miller.
All right. My Atlanta Braves are 4-2 Jacksonville Bulls. 1-2 series to start the year. But the biggest thing for me has been the production at the bottom of the lineup, and specifically Mauricio Dubon. He cannot stop hitting right now. I don't have his exact stats in front of me, but he's got to be hitting around 300 at this point. He's had multiple hits per game. And my Cash or Trash is, even when Ha-Seong Kim is healthy and comes back, Mauricio Dubon is going to be the starting shortstop for the foreseeable future.
Honestly, again, you've seen it time and time again with, I'll give an example, Drew Bledsoe and Tom Brady. Tom Brady was put into the starting quarterback situation in New England back in 2000 when Drew Bledsoe went out for an injury, and he played to an extreme talent extent, a top 2 quarterback in the league, in my opinion, the greatest quarterback of all time, not really up for debate. And, he got to keep that job. Drew Bledsoe was sent somewhere else. So as long as Mauricio Dubon continues to play at a high level you have the lineup going right, winning games, I don't think you take out a guy who's playing at that high of a level. I'm going to cash it.
When do you think Ha-Seong Kim returns?
It'll be late May.
Late May. I mean, that's a long time to keep up how hot Mauricio Dubon has been hitting, for one. And for two, I don't know. That was a big contract he signed, although it was 1 year. It was a lot of money. I think it was like $18 million or something like that.
About $20 million, actually.
$20 million. I think they owe that to Ha-Seong Kim to give him the spot when he comes back. Now, whether he deserves to keep it when he comes back will be the question. So my decision is to trash it because of two things. I'm I'm not sure if Mauricio Dubon can keep up this high level of play, and I also think Ha-Seong Kim gets a chance when he comes back, and depending on what he makes of it, that could be it for Mauricio Dubon. He's kind of more of a platoon guy or sub in at second base wherever they might need him.
I mean, yeah, Dubon's like that kind of guy that you really could plug and play him anywhere, and he'd be able to produce for you. And don't get me wrong, Kim is a dog. And I think that Dubon has also been doing really well just to start out this season so far. So I feel like it's a situation where when Ha-Seong Kim comes back and he gets healthy again, he might be kind of easing into that role a little bit more. And I mean, it's baseball. You have so many games to like figure out what your lineup is going to look like going forward. So by the time it hits May, he's starting to get back into the lineup. You look at Dubon, okay, maybe I can plug and play him over here at second base. Maybe I can even throw him at third. Like, you can plug him in at different positions. But, like, right away, when Ha-Seong Kim comes back, I don't think he's going to take that starting spot right back.
I do want to say there is an alternate situation to this. If you have a star-studded shortstop like Francisco Lindor out and you have a choice between Lindor and Dubon, I'm going Lindor all day.
Oh,
Bobby
yeah.
Witt Jr., I'm going all day. Elio Cruz going all day. But this is Ha-Seong Kim. They're pretty much linear shortstops when it comes to that. So, honestly, that's why I have the cash there. But I want to kind of toss it over. We're still in the midst of March Madness, even though it is April, and we're just fooling around here on Sports Out of Pocket. But I do want to throw out a cash or trash. We see UConn took down the top team in Duke, and I didn't expect to get that news from Michael Miller, who's not a big college basketball or basketball guy in general, posting that SpongeBob meme of just this. But anyways, I want to throw out my cash or trash relating to March Madness. I think that the UConn Huskies are going to lose to the Fighting Illini. You have Stojakovic over there, and I think Illinois has a real chance to beat UConn.
I'm trashing it. Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead.
Barbara. Let Michael.
I want to trash it, and I'll trash it because I think March is a ride of streaks. I've said it over and over again. Who can get hot at the right time? And I'm sorry, Jackson. You give me a coach who's won these 2 championships in these past 3 years, I don't know how not to side with him. You go toe-to-toe with Duke, and you shot 1 for 18 from 3 in the first half. Let me repeat, 1 for 18 from 3 in the first half, and we're trailing by like 15. And you come back and win to what like everybody thought was supposed to be the national championship, Duke? If that's how you have that bad of a start and you prevail and win that game, Jackson, I'm going to take UConn to beat Illinois.
You know, it was a really close game between UConn and Duke, and if Caden Boozer just held that ball or tossed that junk up in the air,
yeah, a lot of what ifs.
A different story.
A lot of what ifs.
Different story. But I think that UConn is lucky enough that they had to play Duke, but Duke wasn't playing their best basketball at this point. I mean, Duke has looked like they've kind of like inched by this entire tournament. I mean, maybe you could say the Elite Eight or the Sweet 16, they've started to like pick it up a little bit. But this Duke team wasn't as good as how they looked like near the end of the season, like near the end of the regular season. Coming into the tournament, they looked very strong, but then they only beat Siena by like single-digit points. So it's like you look at this Duke team that kind of played down to their opponents so far, like in this tournament, and then they get a matchup like UConn, who has that experience, like Parker mentioned. You have a coach that has experience, a team that has experience, and we talk about the what-ifs. I mean, if they throw that ball up in the air, Duke's moving on to the Final Four, and we see them going up against Illinois. But that's just not what we see, and I think that UConn isn't – I think UConn is the worst team out of the 4 that are still in. I think that Illinois has caught fire at the right time. I think Illinois is going to go on, and they're going to beat UConn.
I agree with what JT said entirely, but I do think UConn is going to win this game, though, and I'm going to go with Parker on the experience part of it. You got Dan Hurley, who I've mentioned on the playbook multiple times, is the best coach in college basketball. 2 national championships 2 years ago, and he's got a great shot to win this one, too. He's got a lot of players still on that UConn team that were there for those back-to-back national championships, and when you have experience this late in the postseason, that's a big deal. Like Parker said, you shot 1 for 18 from three-point range in the first half, and you still found a way to come back and win that game against a very good Duke team, many who thought was one of the best teams, if not the best team, in college basketball in this tournament. So I think UConn does win this game. I don't think they're going to be able to beat Arizona or Michigan, though, just because I think those 2 teams are just on a different level between Illinois and UConn.
That's very interesting that you say that, because I have in my national championship UConn and Michigan, but I just wanted to throw out there with the Illinois being such an underdog versus UConn. I mean, you basically have the EuroLeague on that Fighting Illini team. You have David Mirkovic. You have the Ivicic brothers. You have Andrei Stojakovic. Just guys like them who have been playing phenomenal small ball throughout the entire March Madness tournament. And, you know, they took down Iowa. They took down a top dog contender in Houston, which I know a lot of people had Houston winning the entire thing. So I just want to get your thoughts on that. But, JT, what's your cash or trash for this week?
So I know we haven't talked NFL in a while, but I kind of want to bring it back as the NFL draft is coming back up. The Chiefs, obviously, very bad season last year. I kind of called that, but, you know, we'll slide past that. The Chiefs, very bad season, you know, ending up with a top 10 pick in the draft. I think, again this year, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs.
With a fully healthy roster, no, I'm going to trash that. You have Rashid Rice still on that offense. He was out for a majority of the year. Patrick Mahomes got injured, you know, the last couple games of the season, and you had to roll in what?
They were already out of the playoffs by that point, though.
I mean,
Mahomes had an awful season, and, I mean, yeah, you can say the injuries, but you brought back Kelsey, who might die out there this season because dude's like 34, 35. He's about to break some bones.
Knowing the Kansas City Chiefs' luck, I think they still have a star-studded roster. I think they have a top 6 pass rush in the NFL when healthy. They had a lot of guys on that roster who were injury-prone up and down the roster. And you bring in a guy like not David Montgomery. You get rid of Isaiah Pacheco. You could bring in a guy like Jeremiah Love potentially for that running back situation.
They got Kenneth Walker.
They have K9 as well. I mean, you still need a 1-2 punch duo relating to that Chiefs offense. That's how they've always run. That's how they have always ran it.
Yeah.
And Andy Reid, you can never really go wrong with Andy Reid. As a Philadelphia Eagles fan, I mean, he'll take you as far as you want to in the playoffs, except if he's part of the Philadelphia Eagles and only takes you to an NFC Championship. But that's a discussion for another day. I just think, with how star-studded this Chiefs roster is, it's too hard to count them out.
It's valid.
I'm going to trash it, too. That's a Hall of Fame coach, Andy Reid, at the helm. I don't know how many games Patrick Mahomes necessarily will miss, but I went to see, because I know they picked up a quarterback, and they picked up Justin Fields. Yeah. And I'm not extremely low on Justin Fields. I think he's a serviceable quarterback and can manage. You know, you say miss 4 or 5 games. If Justin Fields manages to go 2 and 3 or something like that, just until Mahomes comes back, I think Mahomes has enough power to steer this ship and lead them right to the playoffs. So I think they have too much star power. They find a way every single time, even without Mahomes. So I think they hang around long enough with Mahomes out to where he comes back and he'll take them to the playoffs.
I think it's close. It's very close for me. I'm actually going to cash it, though, JT. I'm going to give you cash here.
Hey.
The reason why you have Mahomes coming off the ACL injury, which is a big thing. I don't care how good you are. That's a big deal to come off of after, you know, and that's late in the year it was, too. They do go get Kenneth Walker, so they address their running back problem. They're going to have Rashee Rice back, have a more healthy receiver room. But I think there's also some other problems on this team. I think Travis Kelce is kind of a non-factor at this point. He was not good last year. He's doing nothing but getting older. I get why they're keeping him around, but really, it's not really helping anything at this point. And with Mahomes coming off the ACL tear, I just don't know how productive he's going to be extremely early on in the season. And they play in a tough division. So I think the Chiefs are like a borderline playoff team, but I'll cast it just because of how tough the division is and Mahomes coming off the ACL tear.
Yeah.
I just want to say very quick, Parker, before we toss it back over to you. I want to read some of this offense so far. I mean, you have Xavier Worthy, you have Rashee Rice, you have a really star-studded O-line in Josh Simmons, Creed Humphrey, Trey Smith. And then you still have Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. It's hard to kind of say that Travis Kelce is going to be a non-factor. I understand his age and him getting up there, but he still played like a top 7, top 8 tight end in the league last year. So I still think he has some production under him.
All right, Jackson. I'll let you know that Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to help reduce the 21% of adults with low literacy skills. We are collecting new and gently used books for every UWG pre-K student monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive. That's thewolfuwg.com/bookdrive.
And stay tuned. You're going to want to stick with us because when we come back, we have an NBA-centered luck of the draw. And after that, we're going to get into our player, teams, and coaches we're extremely high and low on for the lottery. Stick with us.
Hey, yo, what up? My name is Josh Martinez from Z100 New York, and you're listening to my dudes from the Sports Out of Pocket on the Wolf Sports Network.
WSN, Wolf Sports Network, will have you covered this West Georgia basketball season with Inside the Coliseum, our 30-minute pregame show that will start 1 hour before select home games.
But we saw his ability to make those tough shots. He is a shooter, and he was second in scoring behind Shelton Williams-Dryden.
I think we just need to get everybody the ball as much as possible. I think we need to throw the rock around.
Join us as we cover both the men's and women's basketball seasons from inside the Coliseum.
Hey, do you like what you're listening to? Well, why don't you support our station by checking out our merch store?
Hoodies, shirts, and hats can be purchased on our website powered by Osier Apparel.
You can also DM us on Instagram at Wolf Sports Network if you would like to recommend any more options.
Go to wolfsportsnetwork.com and click About to view our merch store. Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
When you think about college sports, what do you think of?
Campus legends like Haynes King and Diego Pavia.
What if I told you there was a show for that and more?
More?
Playbook is your one-stop listen for college football, basketball, baseball, and UWG sports.
The Bulldogs have Ryan Nemhard, a great point guard, and they are going yard. Gonzaga in 5.
Tune into the Playbook Mondays from 9 to 10 p.m. only on Wolf Sports Network.
From West Georgia to the heart of Atlanta, sports don't stop. So neither do we. This is Sports Back. Sharp takes, big highlights, and coverage to keep you locked in until the final whistle. Tune in from 6 to 7 on Mondays and Thursdays to hear what the crew has to say about your favorite team. Sports Back, only on Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
Wolf Radio presents Wolfstock 2026. Come enjoy live music, food, games, and more on Thursday, April 9th from 6 to 9 p.m. in the Campus Center Ballroom. You do not want to miss out on the biggest concert event of the year. Wolfstock 2026 is brought to you by Monster Energy, Westwoods Apartments, Dine West, Flagship Carrollton, Illuminated Productions, and Osier Apparel. This studio ain't big enough for the 4 of us. It's time to see who has the luck of the draw.
And again, welcome back to Sports Out of Pocket, the lighthearted, fun show here on Wolf Sports Network. And today, if you guys don't know about Luck of the Draw, it's where we draw names or teams or players out of this wolf head right here. And we give years that we think they had the best during their career or a certain decade. And we're going to do 2010s NBA teams, starting with Parker Andale.
Alrighty, sure, start with me. Let's get some NBA knowledge going
Let's
in
go.
here, shall we? Here we go. Wait, I actually didn't pull 2. Warriors.
Oh.
This is actually a banger. What a start. Just give me 2017 Warriors. Possibly, actually, arguably the greatest team of all time, 2017 Warriors.
I'm still taking the Bulls, but
I already drew my team. The Hornets.
You had 1 year where they made the playoffs with Kemba.
Oh, gosh. Was that 2013 Charlotte Hornets?
No. I don't know. Well, according to Orlando Odom,
2015
it
maybe?
wasn't.
Well, it was definitely later than that.
It was one of those years in the mid-2010s.
I was thinking 2014.
Let's
but
throw it
it's
to
all
our
right. Hey,
NBA.
Also, Orlando, back to me real quick. Shout out Monster Energy. They're going to be at Wolfstock, like Michael mentioned. We got this little thing to remind you.
April 9th, 6 to 9 p.m.
Now, let's throw it to our NBA ball knower, Michael.
Yeah, you guys know how much I love the sport of basketball. All right, we got the Thunder. Okay, so I'm trying to think. I know that KD was on the cover of one of those 2Ks in the mid-2010s. 2014 Thunder?
Honestly,
a little late, I think.
I mean, that doesn't sound bad. You had KD, you had Russ, you had Serge Ibaka. Kendrick Perkins was on the team for a little bit. Love K-Perk. Let's go with my first team. The Orlando Magic. They were not good during the 2010s, but there was 1 year during the 2010s. I forgot which year it was that they made the playoffs. It was Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier. Give me 2017 Magic. It's one of the late 2010s years. I don't know. But give me 2017 Magic.
My next pool is the New Orleans Pelicans. Which, what were they before? They were the
Hornets.
Yeah, I guess Hornets. New Orleans Pelicans, probably not good in these 2010s either, so give me a good shout of a 2011 New Orleans Pelicans team.
Okay.
That might be a little early because I was thinking about the Anthony Davis years. DeMarcus Cousins was
Still
on the
weren't
team for a little
great,
bit.
but
yeah.
Michael Miller, real quick, remind me your first pick.
The Thunder in 2014.
Thunder. Got it. All right.
14
My
Thunder.
second pick. The Sacramento Kings. Okay.
2010s
Okay.
Kings, that's rough. That might be one of the worst things you might be able to pull.
There's no way it was recent. Well, actually, there might have been a year where they were decent in the 2010s. Let me go. Trying to think of like the Sabonis, De'Aaron Fox, that kind of team was solid. They weren't great. Let me just go 2019 Kings. That doesn't feel good, but
it sounds like a safe pick.
yeah.
Got the Wizards.
Mm.
This was what was his name? John Wall over in Washington.
Hey, you
Yeah,
know
there
John
there
Wall.
you
You
go.
know John
There you go.
Wall.
I know some things.
Can you
Ben Rice.
Dougie for us?
I'm not doing that.
Hit the John Wall.
I'm trying to think if they were good at the same time when Kyle Korver and Paul Millsap and all them were over here. And Jeff Teague. I think they were. 2015 Wizards.
That sounds about right. You had Bradley Beal. You had John Wall. You had some guys out there. Now give me the Milwaukee Bucks. Ooh. I mean, I know they were great towards the late 2010s, and, you know, they had a couple years in the 2020s. Still a great team. But let's go with the 2019 Milwaukee Bucks. That sounds about right. You know, you had Giannis Antetokounmpo there, Chris Middleton.
I'm for real just trying to pull one more team that would, like, make my team blow away, and it'd be the Heat. But I got the Mavericks.
Oh.
And I know Dirk actually went, didn't he? Dirk went up toe-to-toe. Did he end up winning it? I think they won. Did they beat the Heat?
They won in one of the years.
It's got to be what's feeling to me. 2012 Mavericks.
You missed it by a year.
You missed it by a year. You missed it by a year.
Missed it by a
It
year.
was the 2011 Mavericks, but you have to lock him in for 12.
I'm done. The Houston Rockets are my next team.
Hey, the Houston Rockets almost took down those Warriors.
You remember that year when James Harden was averaging, what was it, 30 or 40?
Yeah.
It was unreal year.
He's averaging 40.
That's what it was, and it's that's 2018 Houston
Bro,
Rockets.
if I had Warriors and these Mavericks, my team would have blew away. Would have walked away with this.
Just to preface, there's every single team in this Wolf Head, by the way.
All right,
Michael Miller's third pick.
I got the Pacers, dear Jesus.
Wait, what was your year?
My year was 2018.
Okay.
I feel like there was some Pacers player on a 2K cover at some point, maybe, possibly. I don't know.
What was his name, Michael?
I don't know. I have no clue.
His name was Danny Granger.
Yeah.
I feel like it was later, though. If I'm right. Let's go 2019 Pacers.
Oh, I think you might have missed, like, right off a year. Because you had Paul George on the cover back in 2K17.
Yes.
Let's go with mine. Let's see what it is. It is the Heat. I like that.
Oh, bro.
LeBron year.
Wait. Show us the paper. You may or may not be cheating,
How am
Mr.
I cheating?
Jacksonville.
It's the Heat.
Okay.
2012 Heat.
Okay.
The 2012 Heat, LeBron James. LeBron James.
All right, Parker Endel's last pick.
Alrighty, I rolled the Memphis Grizzlies.
Mike Conley, Zach Randolph, Mark Gasol.
I think pretty early before 2015, or might be right at 2015. I didn't think they got better as time went on. So I'm assuming me like 15 or 17. Let me rock with like a 2017 Grizz team.
That sounds about right.
Let me get like a 2017
That sounds like a safe pick.
Grizz team.
All right. My last pick is the Cleveland Cavaliers.
It was not. He's cheating. He definitely saw.
I can show you the paper. It does say
definitely saw.
Cavs. Jackson doesn't know how to spell the full word of Cavaliers.
I know how to spell
He only wrote
Cavaliers.
Cavs on there. But the bad part about it is I'm not. It's 2016.
Yeah.
It's
I was
the
a- I was
20.
a-
Well, the 2016-17 season. We count that 2017, right?
16.
Cleveland.
16.
Cleveland, this is for you.
2016 Cavs.
2016
2026 is the new 2016 Orlando Odom and everybody watching out there on Wolf
Who
Sports
knows?
Network.
Maybe the Cavs make it all the way this year.
All right, Michael.
My last pick, I got lucky with it. Got the Hawks. My last pick.
Okay.
So I believe that was it. Was I believe 2014 was the year we blew that lead, or we got swept by LeBron James in the Eastern Conference Finals. I believe.
I know I put every single team in here, so
What year?
2014.
I put every single team in here, so let's see what I pull.
AJ Green, what?
AJ Green? My last, the Boston Celtics.
Oh,
I like that. You have some.
Show me the paper. How convenient for Mr. Jacksonville's a
I know,
fake
right?
Celtics fan to
Fake.
get his favorite
And he
team.
pulled the heat.
Fake.
And he pulled the heat.
You know, I wish
And the
I wish
Bucks.
I could have
All
gone the
three teams.
2024 Celtics. Unfortunately, I cannot. But you got Isaiah Thomas on those teams. You have Avery Bradley, Evan Turner, Al Horford. Al Horford was a big pivotal piece in the 2010s.
Yep.
Give me 20. Let's go 2015 Celtics. That sounds like a very smooth team. I mean, you had Isaiah Thomas in his prime, still out there.
That's
so Kyrie Irving was a little bit later, but I mean, I'm still going 2015 Celtics.
All right. The final teams for this edition, 2010's NBA teams, this edition of Luck of the Draw. I'll read Parker's first, going in the order of we drafted. Parker's team is the 2017 Warriors, the 2011 Pelicans, the 2012 Mavericks, and the 2017 Grizzlies. My team, 2013 Hornets, 2019 Kings, 2018 Rockets, and 2016 Cavs. Michael has the 2014 Thunder, the 2015 Wizards, the 2019 Pacers, and the 2014 Hawks. Jackson's team is the 2017 Magic, the 2019 Bucks, the 2012 Heat, and the 2015 Boston Celtics. Those are the final teams, and of course the graphic will be coming out. So you guys get to vote on that on our Instagram at Wolf Sports Network.
And honestly, I'm chipping in on my team. I mean, I had the Heat. I had the Celtics. You know what else I'm chipping in on? This next segment, the lottery. Let's get it.
Surely I'll have some better luck this time. Hey, how's it going? I'll take one lottery ticket. Thank you. Oh my gosh. I just won the lottery.
And if you guys are new to Sports Out of Pocket and don't know how the lottery works, we pick a team, player, or coach we are extremely high on and putting all of our chips in this season. And I'm going to start off with Michael Miller. Who are you high on?
You know, before the season started, I went on here and I was talking about how I actually like the Nationals lineup a little bit this year. Not the pitching rotation. The rotation's terrible. Rotation and bullpen are absolutely atrocious.
Miles Michaelis is terrible.
But the lineup itself, before the year started, I was like, it's kind of sneaky a little bit. I kind of like the Nationals lineup. And so far to start this year, they're 3-3. They beat the Phillies in that first game of the series. They lost today, but they keep putting up runs. They've scored 5 today. They put up 10 the other day against them to win that game. They jumped all over the Cubs on opening day, put 10 on them at Wrigley Field. So this Nationals lineup's really cooking, and I'm kind of high on the lineup right now.
Honestly, I'm high on them too. I mean, I like the Nationals lineup. I'm not very high on the rotation, considering that Miles Michaelis went out there and gave up 5-6 earned runs, something like that, in his Nationals debut. So, boo the rotation, and you have to have a complete cohesive team. So, kind of throwing that out there. But Parker and Dell, are you going to stick with MLB for lottery?
I am not, but I did want to comment on that and tell Michael that is sneaky that the Washington Nationals somehow know how to hit the ball. I'm not sure how, but this guy Joey Weimer is leading the MLB in hits and has was batting 1,000 for a good little minute now. And I've always been high on C.J. Abrams. I think he's a dog. I think he's a really, really good shortstop and a really good hitting shortstop for the Nationals. But I want to transfer over to the NBA. I'm high on Mr. Luka Doncic.
Doncic.
There you go.
A lot of people say his name different, so I wanted to switch it up. But Luka is averaging, he might as well be averaging 40. I mean, he's averaging 34. He's at 12 or 13 straight games of 30-plus points. Came back after a suspension because he had 16 techs and dropped 42 with 12 assists. I mean, I think he's playing out of his mind. And the fact that his odds are not moving for MVP is kind of infuriating me. I understand you have SGA, pretty consistent guy over there, drops 30 every night. You got the alien who's averaging 25 with 3 blocks a game, just absurd. But to not notice Luka for what he's doing, I mean, this guy is just an absolute joy to watch for basketball, and he makes his team 10 times better. So I'm high on Luka Doncic.
Well, I'm going to go back over to the MLB with mine, and I'm going to talk about our team, the New York Yankees, and the way that we have been pitching in this season so far. Two guys I want to point out, obviously Max Fried. In two of his outings, the first one, 6 innings pitched, allowing 2 hits, walked 1 batter, but 4 strikeouts. And then in the other one against the Mariners, he had 7 innings pitched, only allowing 3 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. But somebody that I think has been doing just as good, Mr. Cam Schlittler, who we've been talking about a lot, has been a dog this season as well. 5 innings pitched, 1 hit allowed, and 8 strikeouts against the Giants. And then turned around against the Mariners, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, and 7 strikeouts. Both of our Yankees pitching is something that we were worried about, but both of especially with Rodon being hurt and kind of news coming out about he might be delayed a little bit longer now with a little bit of an issue that's came up with him. But I'm looking at it, and this pitching that we were worried about at the beginning of the season is looking very solid against some tough opponents to start the season, like the Mariners specifically, like going up against a team that we all predicted was going to win that division, and then going back and we pitch absolutely amazing against a strong hitting team. I'm high on the Yankees pitching right now.
You know what I'm high on? Every single rookie in the MLB here in opening week. And I want to throw that there just because Chase DeLauder from the Cleveland Guardians hit 4 home runs in his first 4 games. J.J. Weatherholt's batting a .280 right now, 1 homer, 5 RBIs, has really contributed there for the Cardinals. We're looking at Sal Stewart batting a .475 right off the bat for the Cincinnati Reds. Munetaka Morikami, I know we talked about him last week when we were talking about AL Rookie of the Year races. Phenomenal for the White Sox over there. These rookies are looking like vets, and I'm also high on a vet that is looking like a vet and back to his old form, Mike Trout, man. I love to see Mike Trout healthy. I think he's definitely a top 10 outfielder when healthy here at the point of his career, and unfortunately, he was supposed to be the GOAT of our generation. He was supposed to be the GOAT of baseball. And I think without the injuries, I know this isn't cash or trash, I think without the injuries, he would have been the greatest hitter of all time, in my personal opinion. I think, obviously we kind of discard and credit Barry Bonds just due to the whole PED allegations. I mean, Mike Trout was a 40-homer hitter a season before injury. So I'm just going to throw that out there. I love the Trout love. Unfortunately, this is the one case where you don't want to be loyal in baseball because he's never going to win a ring with that Angels organization. But shout out Mike Trout. I'm glad to see him doing better.
I mean, well, you look at batters nowadays, like obviously Mike Trout has done really good for being, an athlete in the early 2000s, like going forward. But then you get to like now 2025, you got hitters like Cal Riley and like Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani. Some of these guys that are able to hit almost any pitch you throw at them. Like we look at Babe Ruth back in the day, that dude would not survive today's game, I don't think. That dude's never seen a ball over 80 miles per hour. And when the moment he sees a 100-mile-per-hour fastball coming at him, he's not going to know what to do about it. So it's like the game continues to evolve. I don't think Mike Trout would have gotten to the point where he's the greatest hitter of all time. I think he's a great hitter, definitely one of the top of all time. But to say he would be the greatest of all time, eventually that would get passed up in some way by a guy like Aaron Judge or a guy like Shohei Ohtani.
And when we look at baseball, and I know we've had this discussion around the Wolf Sports Network about Disney and everything relating to cars, and I want to kind of throw this quote out there. For Cars 3. Cal Weathers and, Lightning McQueen was like towards the end of his career, and he was saying about the rookies. He's like, Cal, you're retiring? He's like, yeah, man. And he's like, why? Well, the rookies will tell you when it's time to hang up the cleats and hang up the light years. That's how I'm feeling here at Wolf Sports Network. I have a lot of younger guys telling me, Jackson, you need to retire.
Hang it up, Jackson.
You need to go. You need to hang up the mic. I mean, I got 3 shows left after this, and I'm super excited for the end of Wolf Sports Network. I've enjoyed my time here, but that's honestly all I really want to say, relating to that. And I feel like Mike Trout's getting told that by a lot of the rookies, like Cal Rowley, who's, in his younger ages. But
yeah, and you mentioned the rookies coming in, Jackson. You're talking about you're going to be leaving Wolf Sports Network. You're going to be off to do great things. But then we also got to look into the future a little bit, and another way that we can do that is through our book drive. Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network are proud to boost literacy rates with our pre-K book drive. Our ongoing book drive will provide a new or gently used book to every child at UWG's pre-K monthly. Give today by visiting thewolfuwg.com/book drive. Together, Wolf Radio and Wolf Sports Network will make a brighter future. Visit thewolfUWG.com/bookdrive.
And also, JT, did you know college students who binge drink alcohol at least 3 times per week were roughly 6 times more likely to perform poorly on a test or project because of drinking? Dream City Brewing Company, Wolf Sports Network, and Wolf Radios proudly reminds you to drink responsibly. Students 21 and over should drink responsibly in an environment that discourages overindulging. Faculty won't take hangovers as excuses, but you're going to want to stick with us because we're going to get fired up when we come back about March Madness and MLB and the NFL Draft. Stay tuned.
This is the Philly Sports Guy, and you're listening to Sports Out of Pocket on Wolf Sports Network.
Join Sports Out of Pocket as they take their show on the road. Their hit social media series returns this spring with even more West Georgia athletes.
We are here with West Georgia Wolves O-lineman, Mr. Jack Hunt. Jack, how's your day going, man?
My day's going fantastic, man. I'm blessed every single day.
And ending off with some karaoke.
You're hurting me, I met your girl, what a difference.
Look out for new episodes every Friday on Instagram and YouTube on Wolf Sports Network.
Tune in to Wolf Sports Network throughout the week to hear the very best in UWG sports coverage. Catch live shows, score updates, and breaking news all week long. But sometimes seeing really is believing. And now you can watch your favorite Wolf Sports Network shows live on YouTube. Follow at Wolf Sports Network on YouTube as we bring you into the studio with your favorite shows and personalities. Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
Attention, attention. Everybody cancel your plans for April 9th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. right now.
Because Wolfstock 2026 is happening in the campus center with fun games, awesome food and prizes, and only the best music. On top of all that, Monster Energy is giving out free samples to everyone at Wolfstock. You do not want to miss an opportunity like this. And the best part, you don't even have to be a student. So bring your family, friends, and tell everybody you know that Wolfstock 2026 is happening April 9th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. But this event couldn't happen without our sponsors. Dine West, American Pie Pizzeria, Flagship Carrollton, Westwoods Apartments, Osier Apparel, Illuminated Productions. This free event is brought to you by Wolf Sports Network. The Wolves play here.
It's time to get heated with Fire Me Up.
And that's right. Welcome back to Sports Out of Pocket. It is time to get fired up about the MLB, even NFL Draft, March Madness, even though we're in April and we're just joking around here at Sports Out of Pocket. But honestly, I want to get mad, and I am pissed. I want to talk about my March Madness bracket. Florida out the window. Honestly, I had Duke in Florida in the Final Four. Gone. And I put so many parlays and bets on this Final Four. But I want to see my guys over in Illinois kind of putting their hearts out on the floor. David Mirkovic, you have all the EuroLeague guys, Stojakovic's dad. I know you want to show out for your dad and ball out over there versus UConn. And then on the other side, you got Michigan, you got the big guys, and Ade Mara really balling out. Lundenborg really balling out. Arizona, the most complete team I'm super excited to see in the Final Four. You got Braden Burries, Koa Pete, also out there. Top 15 talent in this NBA draft class. So honestly, I think that's why I put it up earlier during Cash or Trash. I think Illinois this March Madness has been absolutely hectic. We've seen a lot of upsets. We saw a High Point in the first round taking down Wisconsin. I had Wisconsin in the Elite Eight. We thought Duke was going to really make it all the way. That was the majority winner for the March Madness group. And, if Caden Boozer just held that ball, they're in the Final Four. But unfortunately, they are not. And it's a March Madness. It's getting me mad, JT. It's getting me mad, Michael. It's getting me mad, Parker. And I'm just super excited about this March Madness. But very quick before I toss it to everybody else, MLB Cardinals. Shout out Heim Bloom if you are watching this. Thank you for bringing up J.J. Weatherholt and actually putting a change in the narrative, saying veterans are not going to lead this clubhouse to wins. J.J. Weatherholt will lead us to wins. The pitching sucks, but the lineup is great. You have Alec Burleson. You have Jordan Walker doing his thing. You have J.J. Weatherholt doing his thing. So, honestly, I'm super excited on how this season is going for the Cardinals. March Madness is in loops, and you know the Eagles are either going to draft a Georgia or Alabama guy or SEC talent. So, I'm not too worried about that. But, Parker, what are you fired up about, man?
Go ahead, JT.
Let me
He's
get fired
itching
up
to
real
get go.
quick.
He's
I've been
itching to go.
itching to attack you because I know March Madness might suck for you. Obviously, you're a Florida fan.
Florida fan.
So,
I'm a Kentucky fan.
Obviously, it's
That's
going to be a
worse.
little bit of a problem whenever Florida gets out in the round of 32 to a team that they definitely should not lose to in Iowa. I mean, very
You
disappointing.
chose Gonzaga.
I did choose Gonzaga, and they made it further than your team did. Both Kentucky, your actual team,
You
and
lost
Florida.
in the round of 32.
Whatever. Gonzaga, technically, in my mind, Gonzaga made it further.
You lost to Texas.
In my mind, you guys lost to Iowa, and then Kentucky lost to who?
What do you mean? I'm
You
a
don't even know
Kentucky
because you're a
fan.
fake fan.
Kentucky-
Iowa State.
Kentucky lost
You're
to
a-
Iowa State. Iowa State was supposed to make
You
the
were
Final
a
Four.
fake fan. You didn't know right away what team you lost to.
Because
So
this bozo over here answered the question before I could give my answer.
no, you had
Took a
plenty
long
of.
pause
You had
there.
ample amount of time to answer that question, Jacksonville. That just proves how much of a fraud you are at and any sport. The amount of teams that you like and the amount of teams that you like to cheer for. You're a fake fan of every single team that you cheer for.
Fake
You're not
fan.
really a Cardinals fan. I only see you wear a Cardinals jersey. You got a Red Sox hat. You got a Yankees hat. You
You're
got
right.
every
You do
other
only
hat.
ever see me wearing a Cardinals jersey.
You got you got merch of every single other team. You would never catch me wearing anything that's not Yankees, that's not the Bills, that's not the Knicks, that's not the Sabres. You'll never catch me wearing something that isn't one of my teams that I represent. Jackson, you had a Broncos phone case a few years ago. You had a Broncos phone case of who? Cortland Sutton?
No, just the Broncos phone case.
Of who? Of who, Jackson?
Just the Broncos.
Just the Broncos? Wrong team, buddy. You're an Eagles fan,
I am
and
an
you
Eagles
proclaim
fan.
that you're an Eagles fan, but then you're over here in Denver, Colorado, cheering for the Denver Broncos in Mile High City. Fake fan, Jackson Bulls. But shout out to New York Yankees. I want to go over to the MLB real quick, and I want to go over to the fantasy baseball league that we're currently in. Parker Andell, I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm absolutely destroying you this week by over 130 points. Ben Rice, who we didn't get to mention on the show, but is having a great season so far, is dropping 11 points on your forehead right now tonight against the Mariners. And this team is absolutely unreal. I love everything about my team. Parker Andell, I'm sorry that I had to play you in week one. But, hey, we live and we learn. Get a better team, and you won't have to deal with this.
Hey, man, you know, my fantasy team is off to a rough start, but, hey, it's not about the start. It's about how you finish. So
Dang.
just see me in a few weeks from here. But, Michael, I got something we could get fired up about because I'm not a fan of this team, but I'm a fan of good baseball. And, I won't even say I am a fan of the Braves. They're my second team. They can be my second team, my whole hometown team behind the Yankees. But
okay. That's okay.
This Ronald Acuna Jr. guy is supposed to be better than Juan Soto.
Yeah.
And now, I'll give you 20 ABs is not a lot, but you're the leadoff guy. You're expected to come up big for this team, missing a lot of guys on injury, and you're batting 150 to start the year. It's just abysmal. Michael, we've seen time and time again, he looks lost on the bases. Picked off twice today. Not once, but twice. Get your head in the game, Michael. You can't come out here and just nonchalantly play and think it's just going to come to you. You want to be good, you want to lead this team and be a leader, and you want to return back to MVP form, step it up.
I just want to say very quick before Michael says his piece, Michael Miller flat out said on Sports Out of Pocket, Ronald Acuna Jr. is miles, not inches,
dang right.
not centimeters, not feet, miles.
I go more
better
than miles.
Juan Soto.
All right,
Still?
let Michael talk about it.
First of all, you let me know when Juan Soto wins an MVP. You let me know when Juan Soto goes 40-70 in the season, and I'll get back to you. Ronald Acuna Jr. will be fine. It's 5 games. We play 162 baseball games. It's going to be okay. Now, he has had some terrible at-bats, Park. I'll give you that. Last night, he came up 2 different times. That runs in first and second, scoring position. Nobody out both times, and he swings and misses at 2 sliders in the dirt in the at-bats. He's not taking good at-bats. He's swinging at crap he shouldn't be swinging at. He's taking pitches down the middle. Now, today he had better ABs. He was more disciplined at the plate. Had a couple walks today. Looked better. But other than Ronald struggling a little bit out of the gate, and it's really Ronald Acuna and Matt Olson struggling. You know those two guys are going to get together. They're going to be okay later on this season. I'm excited about the bottom of the order, though. Dominic Smith's come up. He's had some really good ABs. Had that walk-off grand slam already. Mauricio Dubon, like I mentioned earlier, hitting the ball really well. I got nothing really to be mad about right now. We're pitching well, too. Jose Suarez got shellacked by the A's every night, in which he should just go and sit back, go back to AAA. Martin Perez can start on Sunday. But other than that, I'm really happy with what I've gotten so far. 4-2, 1-2 series. I'm in a pretty jolly mood, to be honest with you. Outside the fact of Ronald Acuna just swinging at crap he shouldn't be swinging at.
I want to give out one more thing. My last little spiel about the MLB. CB Buckner should not be an umpire anymore. You're talking about missing 20 calls in the same night that you miss, and then missing the most obvious, saying a runner didn't touch first base, and then going to the replay right away and seeing that he might have had his entire body on that plate. The dude was almost kissing the plate with his foot. Like, that's how much on the bag he was, and you say that he didn't touch the bag, trying to call the runner out. CB Buckner, you need to either get your eyes checked or get a different job, because this is not your career, buddy. Get out of here.
I want to rant about continuing on the MLB track and continuing on the fantasy baseball track, because I know we used to have a fantasy segment here at Sports Out of Pocket. Hopefully that will return in the future, post Jackson Voles.
Who
knows?
knows?
I want to talk about my rotation real quick. Chris Sale is playing like a top 5 starting pitcher right now. And, I have Chris Sale and Tariq Skubal, who allowed me to get both of them. Zach Gallen is doing his thing. Again, Mike Trout, I got him in the very late rounds. He's doing his thing. Freddie Freeman is doing his thing over there as well. Well, actually not right now. But honestly, I'm glad to have him on my team. He's a great locker room guy. I feel like he's going to talk to the rest of the guys in my fantasy lineup. But anyways, I'm looking to claim another fantasy baseball championship. I hope to have that this week, and I'm up 31 points to Brandon Dyer. So that's what I'm hyped about this week, JT.
Yeah, but how many points do you have total this week?
This week, 238.
Not as much as me, buddy. If you were playing Parker Andell, you'd be in a foot race with him. I am a whole lap ahead of everybody in this league when it comes to fantasy baseball. I'm putting up 360 compared to Parker Andell and Jackson Voles only having 230 apiece. You are no match for me. You talk about having Tariq Skubal and Chris Sale, but buddy, you don't have Jose Soriano. And you also don't have Max Fried, who are actually playing like top 5 pitchers when it comes to fantasy baseball. Those are both ranking top 5 right now compared to your guys barely being in the top 10. I just got to say, I let you get Skubal and I let you get Chris Sale because I got guys that are better than them. End of my little rant.
Hey, it is only week 1, JT Groves, and there's so much more to be played left. We have about 158 more games in the MLB season, so stay tuned for more content on Sports Out of Pocket about fantasy baseball, the NFL draft coming up soon because we have our annual NFL draft show here at Wolf Sports Network, April 23rd. You're not going to want to miss that. But for Michael Miller, JT Groves, and Parker Andell, we will see y'all next week. Thank you so much for listening.